Most High God, please block anybody trying to interfere with this reading. Do step in and deliver your messages to we, your children. Thank you. Okay, so we're here to do Pisces. Pisces female. Let's see, what's your message? What can we learn from your experience, Pisces? These readings have been very insightful. I do recommend, if you care about getting life right. The Guardian card wanted to peep out. If you care about getting life right, you watch all of the readings in this series, the men only and the women only, because they were quite informative about how life itself actually work. Okay, it took us out of the 3D realm and gave us insight into the spirit realm. Okay, because a lot of us, we spend most of our time and energy and thoughts in the physical realm, and we don't give enough acknowledgement or respect to the spirit realm. But the thing is, what we do in the spirit realm, it affects how we live in the physical realm. So it would be responsible and wise of us if we give more attention to the spirit realms, spirit laws, okay, like the laws of karma, um, psychology, action and reaction, you know, things like that. We need to pay attention. So if you care, God was giving us a lot of cheat codes in all of the readings. So you just enjoy a listen like it's a podcast. You want to watch, you watch. If you can't watch, you learn a lot if you listen. Okay? You got several of them to keep you occupied. So if you're looking for a constructive listen, I do recommend. Because if you don't get life right in your spiritual existence, you're going to keep going wrong in your physical existence. Okay, you got mail. So we got intensification of your grounding. Intensification of your grounding. If you don't get things sorted in your spiritual life, your physical life will also be in shambles. Let's see what's at the bottom of the deck. Fertility. If you don't get things right in your spiritual life, your physical life will be in shambles. So intensify your grounding by understanding spiritual law. Once you understand the laws of karma, the laws of cause and effect, the laws of basic psychology, okay? Once you understand those, then you will know how to make good decisions and make what you want happen actually happen. rather than you putting out the effort to do something and it not coming true, and then you're wondering why. Then you go and repeat the same thing and get the same result. It's a rejection. And it's like you never ask why. You just feel like it's supposed to work. Says who? According to what law? According to what uh, system? You know? So there's a physical system and there's a spiritual system. And the spiritual system governs the physical system. Because before you do anything, you get a thought. Thoughts always come first. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word is God. So if you're programmed with the right words, you can't lose. So your philosophical system has to be of the highest order. It has to make sense. Because if you're doing mathematics, for example, and you want to get to, let's say, 14, you can't add just any old number to get to 14. There's a specific set of numbers that you could put together to make 14. But if you don't know what those numbers are, you're going to either always get too much or too little. You'll never actually hit the nail on the head. Fertility. So wanting to get to 14 and knowing what numbers to put to get to 14, you could call yourself fertile. You know? But if you want to get to 14 and you don't know how to get to 14, then you're infertile. Fertile in the reverse. Fertility in the reverse. You know? It's like that. So spiritual laws are equally like that. That's why when I come on here and I read, I talk about lyrical mathematics. Okay? Words have meanings. Words are powerful. If you're not thinking the right thing, you will never accomplish what you want to accomplish. You didn't put in the right coordinates, so you will never get to where you're going to. You will always miss it. We need to give more attention to the spirit realm, the philosophical realm as well. Mind. So I talk about mind, body, and soul. So we give a lot of attention. How I get to 4? Mind, body, and soul. So we give a lot of attention to our body. Only a little bit to our mind, and hardly any at all to our soul. But the thing is, these two govern this one. Mind and soul govern body. When you allow body to govern mind and soul, you're in for a very difficult life. You're in for a very unhappy life. You're in for a very like no order. It's like allowing your emotions to take you over, allowing your desires to take over your life. Just because you want something and you can have it, it doesn't mean that you should, based on the reasons why you shouldn't. It's better to exercise discipline and self-control so that you don't, thereby avoiding that thing that you didn't want to come into contact with in the first place. But if you allow your weaknesses to make you indulge, then you're gonna fuck around and find out because you knew better. Get it? The rules of how life work has already been written. But we keep trying to write our own rules, and life does not work like that. A whole bunch of cards here. So we got secret, fertility, prosperity is that reciprocation card. So the secret to fertility and prosperity is this law right here. That's why I like to read it when I pull this card. I need to find out what the word ethos mean. But let's read. Let me tell you what the card says. It says, by the Wiccan law ye must, in perfect love, in perfect trust, 8 words the Wiccan read fulfill, and ye harm none. Do as ye will. And ever mind the rule of 3, what thee send out comes back to thee. Follow this with mind and heart. You see that? Mind and heart, mind and soul. And merry ye meet, merry ye part. That's how you do it. So if you put good work out, you're going to get good back. If you put bad work out in the world, then you're going to get bad results back. Now, there's an awakening. Now you know. There's an awakening in your mind, imagination. So now you can start to pay attention to life and how life responds to the things that you do, how you go about achieving the things that you want to achieve in life, and seeing the results of that action, that chosen path. What's the result? When you do it like this, what's the result? And then try doing it the right way. When you do it like that, what's the result? Okay? So God basically wants you to know that the secret to fertility and prosperity is love. What you send out gonna come back to you. So if you send out love, you're gonna get love back. If you send out hate, you're gonna get hate back. Okay? That's awakening your imagination. Now, what's at the bottom of the deck? Guardian. Being guided. I'm here and dig some more. Being guided as to how to unify yourself with what you actually want in life. Union could be a connection to anything or anyone. It doesn't always have to be a relationship. It could be getting the job that you want. You have to have the qualifications. You have to have the know-how to get that job. Because even if you get that job and you don't know how to carry out your duties well, you're going to lose that job. So you may know somebody who can put you in that position, but if you don't know what you're doing, then you're going to either lose your position or you're going to create loss for the company, because it's about who you know, not what you know. That's the most ridiculous philosophy ever in business. That's why so many businesses have to resort to scamming and scheming and lying and doctoring information and all kind of stupid shit, because they don't actually go after the people who have the know-how. They hire who they can use and abuse. But anyway, so yes, this is guidance to show you how to unify yourself, or how to unite yourself with that which you actually want in life. Invocation, manifestation. That's how you get what you want in life. The tarot card, this message is giving you the guidance. It's showing you how to do it responsibly. Okay? Bring balance to your world. balance to your power, your mind and your soul. Because even though we don't really pay much attention to our mind and our soul, that's still what we use to manifest. It's just that it's so automatic that we think and move on those thoughts without actually observing ourselves, thinking the thoughts that we think, and observing ourselves executing those thoughts or giving life to those thoughts. Most people do not ever observe themselves. We just be ourselves, you know? Observing yourself is like psychoanalyzing yourself, like stopping for a moment and asking yourself, like, why did I do that? Or, when you get a certain feeling, rather than just quickly replace it with a different feeling, aka exercising denial. People do that so quickly as well. They would know something, or they would hear something, they would hear the right thing or feel the right vibe within them, and they just quickly switch it, turn it off. That's how skilled human beings are. But instead of running from the truth that we don't want to hear, what if we were to stop and observe that truth? Observe that feeling. Like, why do I feel that way? Why do I want to do that instead of doing this? Take a moment to study yourself and be honest with what you find. You're not going to find good things all the time. Sometimes you're going to find the truth that piss you off about yourself or make you disappointed in yourself. But the path to recovery start with facing the truth of the matter. You see, so if you really want to be powerful, where is it? If you really want to be powerful, you can only be your most powerful self if you are brave enough to face your truth, whether you like what you find or not. Because if you find personality traits that you don't like, then it is your responsibility to try and adopt some better ones so that you will like yourself more. Okay? Because if you would be honest with yourself about like your relationships with other people, if they don't like you or they don't treat you a certain way, it's like, what is it about your character that has invoked that feeling in them, or invoked those thoughts in them, made them think that it's okay for you to be treated and looked at in that way? It's some deep shit. Because for me, see, because I'm nice and I'm calm and I'm understanding and I'm patient, people thought I was a fool. So it wasn't that I was a fool, it's just I'm an easygoing person. I'm a peacemaker. But people tend to see peacemakers as people to use and abuse, thinking that we don't have a beast on the other side. You see? So, paying attention, observing your mind and your soul, it'll teach you a lot about yourself and a lot about other people. And that knowledge will empower you. That's it. So yeah, so this reading is here to teach you about responsibility and bring you balance to your power. The intention, let's put it in this hand. Intention is to bring you stability. Stability to your emotions, stability to your money, stability to your social circle, stability to your thinking, give you a better life. But if you just go about life doing anything, any old how, just because you want to, you're going to keep bumping your head in the wall and wondering how the hell did that happen. It's because you're breaking laws that shouldn't be broken, spiritual laws that you failed to observe. Because look at science. Everything is a science. That's why they call magic high science. Everything is a science. When we interact with each other, that is a science. Because if you treat somebody like this, they may react like that. Okay, there's a high possibility that they will react like that. Now, there are some people who are an exception to the rule, to the general rule. But there is a science to them too. You understand? So everything is a science. How you interact with the world around you is all science. So if you were to spend some time observing yourself, how you interact with the world, and how the world around you responds to you, you will learn a lot. I was giving the example of fire. If you're seeing fire for the first time and you decide, oh, it's so pretty, I want to touch it, and you touch it and it burn you, you're going to pull back your hand quick. And then when you see that fire again, you're not going to be so quick to touch it. You're going to just watch it from afar and like it, or even go close and feel its warmth. But you already learned your lesson because you were paying attention to the fact that shit, it hurts. If you touch it, it's going to hurt you. That's the truth for everything, everywhere. So it's like, let's say you do drugs. And let's say you got 4 good friends. 3 of them do drugs. Me and this damn 4. What's up with 4 in your reading? 3 of them do drugs, and there's 1 that don't do drugs. So if you were to offer drugs to these 3, they'll be cool with it. They'll be like, oh, yeah. But if you were to offer drugs to this one will be like, nah. See, it's the science of your friends. Psychological science. This one isn't built like that. These 3, they're built like that. It's science. Psychological science. Characteristics. If you want to take it deeper, it's like, how did these 3 get into liking drugs? Get into nurture, nature, like who are your parents? How did you grow up? How did you get into this? You see, it's a science. Cause and effect. How did you manage to like stay away from drugs and like have your nose turned up at drugs? Same thing. Nature, nurture. Life experiences. The people that this person held in high honor. There's a science to it all. There's a reason. So you have to know everybody for who they are. Everybody is not the same. Some people you could break their heart and they'll forgive you. Some people you break their heart once and they want to kill you. It's science. How'd you get like that? See, right now I'm baking a chicken and the fire is up too high, and if I leave it that way, the chicken's gonna burn. That's science. So I'm gonna turn it down because I want it to cook, not burn. The rules of life have already been written. It's for us to learn them. Of course, there's more than one way to skin a cat, but still, there is a limit to how many ways you can skin a cat. Because let's talk about actually skinning a cat. It would involve sharp tools like knives, scalpels, stuff like that. Let's say you were to use your lips to skin a cat. Is it possible to skin a cat with your lips? Let's say you were to kiss the cat. You're kissing the cat, hoping to skin the cat. Is that ever gonna work? Can you kiss a cat enough times and the skin start falling off the cat? Realistically. So, although there are more than one way to skin a cat, there is a finite amount of ways to skin a cat. So you need to know when an idea is just not going to work. That's not part of the rule, you know. There is no law in science that can work. You could pinch a cat and skin a cat by pinching a cat. But you can't kiss a cat and skin the cat by kissing a cat. Pinch a cat enough times, you just might loosen the skin. Next time the spirit of jealousy rises in you, ask yourself, why do you feel like that? Instead of just accepting that you feel like that, stop for a moment and ask yourself, why do I feel like that? And be honest with the answer that you find when you question yourself. Be honest. And you will find, you'll be shocked at what you find. Next time you get jealous at anything or anyone, stop and ask yourself, and actually wait for the answer. Why do I feel? And if you don't get the answer, ask again later. You will be surprised by the answer that you get when you actually choose to face the truth. Try it. It'll put you on the right path. Pisces women. Let's see. Alright, so the subject matter for you. Why the hell is the card upside down? Wow, I did all the cards upside down. All the cards upside down. So we got spring in the reverse. Or spring in the upright. So spring is like a new beginning. Okay? It is the season for new beginnings. Well, let's see if it applies to you in the upright or the reverse. If you're going about things the wrong way, then it's going to be in the reverse. If you're going about things the right way, then it's going to be in the upright. So it's all up to you, really. If you listen to this reading and you learn the lesson that God is trying to put before you, then it'll be in the upright. If not, you're going to keep doing things how you've been doing things and keep failing. Because this message wouldn't come up for you if you didn't need to hear this information. It's not from me, it's from your God. It's from the creator of all, you know. God knows you. I'm just the instrument. Okay, so look at what card came out. Ooh, we got tarot card guidance and the shadow fell out together. Okay. And then we have imagination and homecoming came out together. So whatever you got in your mind, that's what's going to come to you. However your mind is set up, It's going to determine how your life gets set up. That's what's going to come into you. So if you are seeing things negatively, you're going to manifest that. More negativity. Let's look at the underlying issue, shall we? So we got the spring energy, new beginning. That's followed by a rebirth, foundation, cleansing, incubation, awakening, manifestation, secret, stability. I'm feeling one more for now. Magic. Next in succession, we got the winter card, the barren card, the card of lack. Things don't grow in the winter. In the winter time, all you want to do is climb up under your covers and go sleep. Even bears go into the caves in the winter. Wolves, they hide in caves in the winter as well, and they're made for the cold. Okay, let's see what this is saying. So the underlying issue, we got a new opportunity for a rebirth of your foundation. So you have a new opportunity available to you right now to reconstruct your foundation. What foundation? Your philosophical foundation. How you see things, what you believe in. If they're not serving you, if you've got the wrong programming going on in your mind, which is making you lose, then this is an opportunity for you to reset your foundational thinking, because remember, everything starts with thought. That's why it says imagination. Imagination is thought. That's what's going to come in. Whatever you think is what's going to come in. Homecoming. Okay, this is the home, right? Before any place else, your body is your home. That's where you live. Your spirit live in your body. Your soul live in your body right now. Okay? So that's whatever you're thinking is going to determine what comes to you. So you have an opportunity right now to reprogram your mind from any wrong thinking, or as much wrong thinking as you can, right? Your cleansing is being incubated right now. So you cleaning up your mind and your thoughts to put you on a winning path, it's incubated right now. It's like on pause, because whatever formula you live by, whatever belief system you live by, is actually destructive to you. Okay? So if you look around at your life, you'll see that there's a lot of things that you are unhappy about. So if you want to see this tarot card message as a bad thing, just know whatever you think, that's what you're going to get. So hopefully, if you don't want to benefit from this reading, somebody else will see the sense in what is being put in this reading and apply it to their life and start to put themselves on a winning streak. So you can stay there and say I'm talking shit all you want to. Matter of fact, you can click off now so that those who know this reading isn't talking shit can actually get the information, because you is just going through one ear and coming out to the next. And that's not going to affect any of us. It's only going to affect you. I'm sure you got something else better to do with your time than listen to this reading. So your cleansing is going to be put on pause, because you need to awaken to manifestation secrets. I'm giving you the cheat codes. You need to awaken to manifestation secrets to stabilize your magic. You gotta know the rules, and you have to follow the rules that have already been established. Or you're going to keep firing and missing every time. You're going to do work and you will not get what you think you were going to get from the work because you don't even know the rules. You don't even know the foundational stuff. So you'd be wasting your time doing things and not achieving anything. And then who you going to be mad at? We're here to give you the cheat code. There are rules that have already been established by the divine when creation was created. They haven't changed, and they never will. No matter how many of you think you are God and think you can do whatever it is that you set your mind to, you can only do whatever you set your mind to when you are in alignment with the divine. See how that works? You don't run this. You didn't create this. Life does not bend to fit you and your desires and your timing and your thoughts and your hopes and your desires. No, because everybody else around you have timing and thoughts and hopes and desires too. You may want somebody to lose their job, but that person want to keep their job. So what do you think should happen in a situation like that? Especially if that person is actually a valuable employee wherever they work. You think that their employee would be happy to fire them on account of your desires? Or would you be the type to do something behind the scenes to set them up so that the employee could see them in a negative way and get them fired? But who saw you do that? What's going to be the repercussion for you doing that? Even though no human being saw you do that, you don't think that nature itself saw you and know what you did. See, this is where y'all be going wrong. Because y'all think that because you're hiding things from other human beings, that your crimes go unseen, undetected, and unpunished. You should watch the karma readings that I've been doing on this channel. Right now, I'm not talking to those of you who don't give a fuck about what I'm talking about. I'm talking to those of you who know you're in the darkness and you can hear little bits of light. You can see little glimpses of light as well in what I'm saying as well. And you want to go towards the light. I'm here for you. You value what I'm saying, even though it may pain your heart at the moment to hear it. Because it's not good seeing ourselves and knowing that we're living in our shadow energy. I know. But some people are brave enough to face the fact that I'm in my shadow energy and I actually want to get out. Because I could see something ain't right. They glamorize being a bad gal. They glamorize doing wrong to get by, but there are consequences. And it's like, you thought as much, but now I'm here confirming you were right. So if you did something bad and something bad happened to you and you felt like there was a connection between that event and that bad thing that you did, you are right. You listened, you heard the little voice inside of you. See, a lot of people, they ignore that little voice. They shut it up quickly. And that's why God have to send people like me in the flesh to confirm. You weren't right. You were hearing. You can hear the shepherd talking to you, guiding you, not condemning you. God don't ever try to condemn anybody. even the most vicious murderer ever, God give that person a chance at redemption. Real talk. Real talk, bruv. But there's a window where you have that opportunity at redemption before God bring down the whole mountain on top of you. Because it's like some people, they can take a slap on the wrist and it can deter them. Some people, you need to thump them in their face and then they will turn and go the right way. It's like, okay, I hear you now. Some people, you need to land couple bullet in at them and then they'll be like, okay, Lord, I hear you now. I get it. Some people, you need to run them over with a car, carry them to the hospital and let them actually die and come back to life. And then they will say, you know what, I'm ready to change my life now. I hear you now, Lord. But they will always get in them little, maybe dreams, maybe just your conscience telling you, don't do that, don't go there, don't hang out with them people. You know, the messages were always there. But people think that because they could shut up their conscience, shut up that little voice quickly and ignore it, they think that they're safe until they're not. A lot of people, it take going through a really tough situation for them to change course. Some people, all you have to do is talk to them and they know that what you're saying is true. So they don't have to get that level of a beating. Some people, they need the beating. But in any case, God don't ever condemn. God give you a chance. Because, okay, look at the person who get knocked down, go to hospital, freaking have a what they call them thing, out of body experience, near death experience, and then get healed and come back. If that person choose not to change, what do you think God's next step is going to be? You look like you want to give back the gift of life. Clearly. Because you definitely can't hear. Who can't hear gonna feel. And who can't feel going to experience death. You're gonna experience prolonged pain. Or how about if you're going around bullying people, I allow somebody to come and bully that person that you care about so much, that person that got your heartbeat. How about I allow you to watch your people be persecuted and abused and misused and just dealt with viciously? How about I do that to you and put you in a position where you have to sit down and watch it so you can see the effect that your behavior has had on other people's lives? So you could understand why I'm telling you, you need to stop. Because if I don't fix it, somebody else gonna get you. And they're not gonna be as merciful as what I'm gonna do to you. Because other human beings will just take you out. God gonna bring you close to death and bring you back. God, when God chastises us, it's not to hurt us, but to inform us. It is to make us aware. That's why the fire burns, but it don't consume you. The longer you keep your hand in the fire, the more it will consume you. So the more you keep repeating the same bad deeds over and over again, the more you will be consumed by those deeds, because that's the energy you put out. And God is trying to show you you're going the wrong way. You're going the wrong way. You're going the wrong way. Do you like how it makes you feel when you get the effects of that stupid shit that you've been doing? No? Well, how about you turn around? No, you're not going to turn around? Okay, I'm going to do something worse to you. When you've had enough sufferation for your wrongdoing, you will turn around. Or you will just give back the gift of life. You'll be deleted from the game altogether. How about that? Because if you don't want to be here anymore, then you might as well just say you don't want to be here anymore and take yourself out. Why you got to go around hurting other people because you don't care about your life? They care about their life. And you don't have the right to disrupt that. Because you may think that nobody's there to defend them, but I, God, I'm here to defend them. And I want you to see that and feel that, or else I'm going to make you experience that. I know how to torture you. Since you don't care about how you're making others feel, since you don't care about how you're changing other people's fate, I know how to change your fate to something that you absolutely gonna hate, and I'm gonna keep you alive to experience it. Because I am God. I could do that. You've pushed me to do that. I don't know how else to get through to you, so I'm trying, and I'm gonna keep pushing the envelope little bit by little bit until you get it. And if you have to push me to take you straight to death, because even the Pisces male reading, God was telling Pisces male, yo, I was gonna kill you. I was gonna make you come back as a baby. Something that Pisces male was doing, and it looked like you up to no good too. And God was like, y'all need to behave because I'm about to take y'all out. And don't think that God will just take you out and that'll be the end of it. God just might give you parents that are like you. You'll be a baby with parents that are how you are now. How would you like to have parents? How would you like to be a baby and have parents like yourself? Don't mess with God, I'm telling you. This shit never ends. Life is, death is not the end. Reincarnation is a real thing. So you'll never escape the judgment, bro. Don't think that you're going to be here in the land of the living and you're going to create a whole bunch of mayhem and then you just go and die and get away from it all. It doesn't end. You will pay. So you see some children get certain kind of parents and how the parents treat them and shit like that. I start asking, like, who were you in your past life? Some of them are innocent, but some of these children, you don't know who they were when they were in their past life. You see some people get pregnant and they come to full term with the baby and the baby born deceased. God don't play. So imagine that spirit inside that body thinking, oh yeah, I'm getting to go to earth again. And God was like, nah, no. So God got their hopes way up. Even to the day of delivery. Because children are smart. Have you ever noticed how intelligent little children are? Even in the womb, they communicate with you. Have you ever noticed that? So there's certain things that they're aware of, but they can't talk the way that we talk, but they do talk. So it's like, how does a child's mind work? What do they be thinking? Yo, life is deep, you got some people come back from their past life and are telling their parents now that they used to be alive, and they show their parents where they used to live. Me, I have my own past life experience, but it's not that strong. It's never come true that strong, but I've always felt like I belong in a temple somewhere. I've always felt like I belong in a temple somewhere. And I figured out it's Egypt. Past life. I didn't come with all my thoughts, not consciously, but some of them I did come into this life with, because how am I 4 years old and I believe in God? What the fuck you know about God at 4 years old to believe in God? And I actually believe in God. Like, I know what I'm talking about kind of energy. 4 years old. So this shit don't end. Don't think like death is the end. You're not going to come here and make all that chaos with other people's life and think that you're just gonna sail off into the sunset and begin anew. If you get good parents, God just might give you some wicked neighbors, some wicked uncle and auntie. You will pay. I want you to know that. God wants you to know that. So if God is giving you a get out of jail free card, it's in your best interest to at least consider it. Or else you can have the alternative too. If you don't like what I'm saying here, you don't need to be here watching this video. You should not be here watching this video. Are you an idiot? Scroll. Go live your oblivious life where you're lying to yourself about how life actually works in peace. Go. That's not going to save you either. You can lie to yourself from now until thy kingdom come. Lying to yourself isn't going to make anything change. You're still subjected to the laws that govern life. We don't give a fuck if you don't understand it or if you choose not to understand it. God didn't send me to give you this message for no reason. So if you don't want to accept this message, please leave so that the rest of the people in the class right now can get the message and do whatever they want with it. Keep your energy to yourself. Keep your negative energy. Keep your rejection to yourself. Go and reject yourself. Or should I say, continue to reject yourself. We don't need you over here. You're not welcome here. Okay? Okay. So let's see. For the rest of the class, let's see what we can learn. So yeah, man. So until we get the right mindset, our cleansing will be in incubation. It'll be caught up. Okay? So we got awakening to manifestation, secrets. God is showing you how to win at life. That's what this reading is all about. What you put out is what you're going to get back. Simple. You put out negativity, expect back negativity because that's what's going to come. You put out positivity, expect positivity because that's what's going to come. That doesn't mean that you're going to get what you asked for, but what you get is going to be beneficial to you. You just have to have an attitude of gratitude. Because for me, I would like to be making my own money right now, but God didn't give me that reality. God gave me a provider, which is my daughter. She makes the money and bring it into the house, and I am very well taken care of. So instead of being ungrateful at the fact or oblivious of the fact that I'm being cared for and be upset about the fact that I can't make my own money because of whatever circumstances is going on in my life, instead of me being ungrateful, I'm just going to say, you know what, it's not time yet. And I look forward to the time when I can provide for myself financially again. This is the attitude that God is trying to get us to manifest when it comes to our psychology. Yeah, you didn't get what you want, but you got what you need, don't you? The winning move is to show gratitude for what you do have. Not be upset about what you didn't get because it's what you wanted. You understand? So yeah, God is giving us the secrets to how to really manifest stability and our magic. We have the power. We just have to have the right mindset. Our programming make all the difference. Thoughts. Whatever we imagine for ourselves and for others, that's what we gonna get. That's how the divine matrix has been set. So we have an earthly matrix and we have a divine matrix. We know a lot about the earthly matrix, but we don't pay enough attention to the divine matrix. We need to pay attention because we're missing the foundation of how to win at life. God is a very vital missing ingredient. I'm telling you, I'm not even trying to sell you religion. I'm selling you God. I'm selling you power. God is missing from our lives, bro. That's why we lose. That's the beginning reason of why we lose. Because we can have the right philosophy and God will, there are times when you're going to need to know that God is in control because we cannot handle every situation that arises by ourselves or even the people around us. Because look how many people are trying to kill me and destroy me. And all of them people that together with all the power that they have can't do it. You think I could have been out here by myself? Being as strong and sound mind and freaking brave as I am? Nah, man. I'm like this because I know I got God backing me up. And God don't fail. So I don't need to think about failing. Whatever is meant to be is going to be. I don't know God's plan, just like I want to make my own money, but God said, nah, I'm going to let Malika do it for you. You chill out here. I need you here. It's not safe for you out there right now. Too many people want to get you. So we need to keep you away from them and keep them away from you. But God didn't even tell me like that. I had to figure that shit out myself. So life, what was life teaching me with that is be patient and think positive, because I've learned to think positive. When things happen and they don't happen the way that I want them to happen, now I say God is up to something. And God is up to something because experience has taught me that God is always up to something. God may not tell you what it's doing or why it's making things go the way that it's going, but trust the process. This is why when it comes to religion and things like that, they talk about the word faith so much. Faith is a very powerful thing. You don't see it, you don't know how it's going to happen, but you can trust it's going to happen. Who does that? God, people, because God don't lie. Anybody else in our life, we need to be skeptical because maybe they lied to us, but when it comes to God, God don't lie. If God say it's going to happen, it's going to happen. But how you going to know if God say something going to happen if you don't even know how to listen out for when God is communicating with you? You get a dream and it's a message from God and you think it's nonsense. You be awake and see a vision and it's a message from God and you think, oh, what stupidness is that? It's deep. It's deep, 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 deep. So, let's see what else. We got winter energy. That's that barrenness. So, let's see. So, we're awakening to manifestation secrets. Okay? How to attain our stability and maintain our stability with our magic. Okay? So, we got the winter energy. Okay? That's a lack energy, not having. Ooh, not having dedication. Okay. Not having, so winter energy, dedication, Balance. I'm gonna bring out the card. See, balance this energy. By the time I'm done with y'all gonna know this card. Every time you see this card, this is the love card. This is the reciprocation card. Okay, that's what this is. So here, what now? God say, when it comes to lack, dedicate your balance to this energy. Work on this. What are you putting out? If you're experiencing a period of this, is because this is what you're putting out. If you're experiencing a period of coldness, of lack, of being dissatisfied, lack of energy, lack of money, lack of friends, lack of whatever, it's because you're putting this energy out into the world. Because with my kids, I don't have any physical friends, but I know I got a lot of friends out there. Because out there, the people who are enemies of my progress, they haven't gotten to you yet. So you get to see me for who I am. But the people close to me, because they're close to me, and my enemies want to conquer me, they spread lies and pay the people off to work against me. So these people that are close to me, they hate on me for no good reason. They hate on me, some of them because they're jealous of me, some of them hate on me because they're getting paid to hate on me, and some of them hate on me because they choose to believe the lies that they hear about me, even though they've never seen anything from me that match the energy that these people are claiming is my character. They want to believe it because it's easier to believe it. Okay? So there are cases like mine as well. But for most people, regular people, the reason why your world is so cold is because you've been cold to the world around you. So God is saying, when you find that imbalance, what you do is dedicate to balancing what you put out. It says, by the wicked law ye must, in perfect love, in perfect trust. 8 words the wicked read fulfill, and ye harm none. Do as ye will. And ever mind the rule of 3. What thee send out comes back to thee. Follow this with mind and heart. Merry ye meet and merry ye part. So don't give nobody no bad vibes. Don't give yourself no bad vibes. But especially don't give nobody no bad vibes. Don't give anybody bad vibes. So that's how you change your fate. For regular people. You see? Apply love when you're in your masculine energy, when you're going after things, when you're trying to achieve something, make sure that you apply the love vibration. Be fair, be honest. Okay? These are our love. Be fair, be honest, be truthful. If you are fair, honest, and truthful with somebody in business and they choose to still try and take advantage of you, you don't need to work with them. That's the universe telling you you don't need to work with them. Because God didn't put us here to kiss anybody's ass. If you are in any space and you are not getting what you know you deserve, especially if you've been putting out the right energy, it's an indication that them people or that place or that job or whatever got to go. Something has to change. And it's for you to figure out what that is and make the moves, not be afraid to do it. Balance this. So if you're putting good energy out there, somebody's giving you bad vibes, you got to make a move. You don't have to take that shit. God did not put us here to be beggars and ass kissers. Believe it or not. And God certainly didn't put us here to be scammers and thieves. You do not have to compromise your soul to get anything in life. You don't. You do not have to compromise your integrity to get anything in life. Cowards do that. The people that are sitting at the top of these corporations, they are cowards. They are not the type of people that we should be looking at as inspiration and as role models. I'm telling you straight. They don't know what the fuck they're doing. Real businessmen and businesswomen, they offer goods and services that the public will advertise for them. A good product and a good service, it advertises itself. And that keeps money coming in long term. As long as you keep providing the quality of goods and services that you keep providing, they will keep bringing money to you. Y'all need to stop allowing these people to make you change your moral code. Talking about is business. It's nothing personal. Nah, it's a crime. It shows a lack of integrity and a lack of respect. And if the person on the other end decide to hurt you, you deserve that because you put that energy out into the world. Fuck around and you're going to find out. So if you manage to fuck around and get good results off of it, there will come a time where you will fuck around with the wrong person and you will know the definition of fuck around and find out. God will have somebody on your path. And it's going to look like the most unassuming person. You will never see it coming. I promise you. You're going to think, oh my God, this is going to be so easy. That's what they thought about me when they saw me. And they fucked around and found out. Here we are 18 years after, they still can't win. How stupid do they feel? Do you know how much money? The last time I checked, it was 9 billion plus. Or was it 900 billion? Hang on, let me check the book. I wrote it down. I don't remember where I put it. But it was billion. Either 9 billion or 900 and something billion. It was a ridiculous amount of money that they spent on me alone. That don't include the other light workers like myself. Eh? That's how much money they've spent so far and more still. Do you think that they're happy about that? How many of their soldiers have died trying to conquer me? You think they're happy about that? How many of their friends and their loved ones have they lost in this mission to conquer me? They're not happy about that. And that'll be your fate if you don't change course. You have to do the right thing for the right reason. These people, they're pursuing me because I'm a good person and I have the power to influence other people to be good people too. This is the reason why I'm being pursued and punished and tormented and targeted and everything else negative. Because I'm a good person who has the power to influence other people to be good people too. That's why. But it's because we live in a system that's based on corruption. How am I going to go around telling people to live healthy lives? That means if you're living healthy, you don't need to go see the doctor. The pharmaceutical company going to lose plenty money. How can I be here telling other people to behave well. That means nobody's gonna go to jail. The jail won't make any money and get any free labor. All the geniuses, they'll be glad to catch some geniuses and put them in jail to put them on some secret missions. Use their intelligence and their gifts. And here I am telling people to do good and stay out of jail. I'm fucking with their system, I'm fucking with their income, but what kind of person builds a business model based on other people's demise, sufferation, ignorance, bad decisions? Is that not devil work? Is that devil work or not? That's devil work. That's devil worship. And the time for devil worship has ended. That's why y'all are experiencing so many problems in this day. The seasons have changed. You need to keep up. And that's it. So, I hope that you learned something from this reading. If not, that's your business. I already know the lesson, and that's why my life is good, in spite of how many enemies and the quality of enemies that I have. If the US government wanted to take me out, they could have take me out already. If they had the power, if they had the right, the spiritual right. See, they don't have the spiritual right to take me out. They don't have the physical right to take me out either, because I haven't broken any laws. Could you imagine what God would do to them if they actually hurt me? Like God said to the Pisces male, God was going to kill you. God is not something to play with. It's in our best interest to learn God's laws, acknowledge them, respect them, and implement them into our lives. It's not for God, it's for us. If these Egyptian gods and US government and all these secret societies and whatnot were to accept the fact that I'm an innocent person, and really and truly the problem is in them for having that type of business model in the first place, they would have saved themselves so much money. They could have still been on top, actually offering goods and services to the people. Then God wouldn't have to get other people to fill their spots, because they're in the positions of authority to do it and to stay in authority. But they choose to be in authority, and you're working against God's business model, God's recommended business model, where God is trying to protect those who have been oppressed and suppressed and taken advantage of for so long. God said, nah, man, it's time for the bullshit to stop. And if you're not going to stop it yourself, I'm going to raise up some people to take your place. They don't have the spiritual power to take me out. They don't have the spiritual rights according to spiritual law and according to physical law. So they're wrong on both realms. So you need to make sure that you're not wrong on any realm, or else what you put out is what you're going to get back. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time. Bye-bye.